when I think about the shared struggle of black and Palestinians, people, I think of uh, trauma. One of the hallmarks of trauma is survival mode or thinking of safety, exclusively. I gave a speech I gave a speech a couple of years ago the talk about the talk, a conversation black parents have with their children on how the world will perceive them. We are not granted a childhood, and I often think about Palestinian boys and girls in that way, growing up in a place like Gaza and the West Bank that are constantly at war because of 75 years of invasion into the land by a so-called group of people calling themselves Israelis. You know what I'm saying? Many, Israel is Ra and El, you know what I'm saying? But many Palestine parents are not teaching them about sports or things to make kids laugh, but how to survive, how to literally stay alive. You know what I'm saying? Langston Hughes, I'm sorry to mess up his name, such a great man. Langston Hughes, you know what I'm saying? Which he was gay, you know what I'm saying? Harlem starts with what happens to a dream deferred. But for black and Palestine kids and adults, those does the dream even exist? For me, growing up in a country that participated, that no, I'm sorry, growing up in a country that practiced systematic racism, it was hard to imagine life outside of that. And I believe that being born under apartheid government would render the same thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans and Palestine solidarity is not only rooted in the struggle, but hope, fight, what? Resilient, laughter, and endless battling, you know what I'm saying? Sadness, and doing it all over again the next day. This is what I see for my Palestinian brothers and sisters trying to hold on to a land that does everything it can do to make them let go. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. So they really over there apartheiding and carrying on the same we saw what was going on in South Africa. Wherever they go, they bring the nastiness with them, raping women, raping little 12-year-olds and 11-year-old girls, nastiness, screwing little boys and taking them in the basement with Timmy talking about they can give them a blessing in the church and all kinds of nastiness. And they're still telling us and preaching to us about some righteousness, dealing in debt, you know what I'm saying, and stealing in the name of their Lord. This is the life and the blood of people. This is a cry for the death of Palestine and Israeli people. You know, seeing the deaths of those people. That's right. This is why I don't refer it as a conflict, but as the occupation. That's right. This is why I have hope for and will continue to support the Palestinians, you know what I'm saying, or the Palestine as they fight to be recognized as a human being. They shouldn't have to do that. So that tells me right there that Israel is a racist apartheid fucking regime. You know what I'm saying? And they're not what they say they are. They wrote the book in order to fool the world off into believing that they had a right to be in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And calling it is Ra El. You know what I'm saying? Stealing even in the name. and the flag that they created, the two pyramids pushed together. You know what I'm saying? To make the star. Okay, we call it an occupation. You know what I'm saying? And recognizing the people in the fight to be a human being that deserves freedom and equality, equal treatment. Why the fuck should they have to ask anybody in a land that they have been there before them and it's not even Israel land or whatever they want to call themselves? You know what I'm saying? Why should they have to ask you for any fucking thing? You're an oppressing regime and a criminal of earth, just like your white counterpart that you are. So I don't know how you got to be the 144 chosen people in a book that you wrote with a publishing date and a copyright. You know what I'm saying? When you didn't even have no writing skills or papers to write on, you know what I'm saying, or a printing press. Till Gutenberg came along with his piece of shit and the Mazarin Bible, and he probably was a Jew. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that bullshit. Y'all did a lot of lying as to authenticity of time, and even back then, you were not probably even there. You know what I'm saying? So you're lying in many ways, but you're treating the Palestinian people like they have to ask you for some freedom and equal treatment. Who the fuck is you? The world needs to stand up against this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The treatment as their Israeli neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Just as I, a black man, will continue to fight for freedom of my people in America, our struggle is intertwined. When they win, we win. That's right. Yeah, LeRon L. Barton is a writer and author and speaker. All views expressed in the articles are the author's own. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. But what he said is 100% accurate and true. You know what I'm saying? There is no other way to see it. You know what I'm saying? There is no other way. You know what I'm saying? We see where Trump's fraud judge cracks what sauce for the goose joke in response to complaint about Michael Cohen anti-Trump tweets. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or the judge that they got on the scene, he ain't no more than a criminal and a Baphomet Luciferian deep state worker. He signed the contract and he's a pedophilia, I believe, in all ways. He'd rape a little fucking 9-year-old or 6-year-old child. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying too much to me. You know what I'm saying? He don't sound right. Something about him just ain't right. And this is what we have to put up with as figures in our community. You know what I'm saying? As we see here in this matter, you know what I'm saying? We see by Lauren Italiano, you know what I'm saying, one day ago on the Business Insider. We see where Trump fraud cracks, Trump fraud judge cracks jokes. Oh, he got time to joke, all right. What source of the goose joke in response to complaint about Michael Cohen Trump's tweets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we see Michael Cohen canceled this week Trump's fraud trial testimony due to a brief illness. Yeah, like his brain. You see, like his brain. But we see where Trump lawyers, complain in court that sick or not, Cohen continues to attack Trump online. You know what I'm saying? Well, talk about sauce of the goose is no talk about the sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. Let's talk about you a jackass, idiot, dumbass judge. You know what I'm saying? That definitely is a crack sauce in the matter. Peace with your joking dumb fucking shit. You got time to joke, you bitch ass fucking Luciferian blood sucking wannabe clown. Go suck some blood down in your dungeon where y'all go down and suck and rub and roll on top of each other like swines. That should be driven back into the cave because the stench probably stink. Dumbass fucking judge they putting up here against the great mighty Trump. Imagine that on bullshit ass, bogus ass charges. And they have done even worse. You know what I'm saying? Even taking our documents and giving to the Chinese people. Hmm. Okay, but we see the AOC, the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez jackass Cortez, targets vulnerable New York House Republicans ahead of the Speaker vote for Jim Jordan. We see Alexandria Ocasio jackass dumbass. I wish she wasn't from New York or had anything to represent for New York because this is the motherfuckers that y'all keep electing in the motherfucking office, you retarded son of a bitches. Get your shit together, man. And cut some of this nonsense out. You know what I'm saying? The fuck is you can't even vote straight. Damn. Vote this bitch out. Nobody want to hear nothing from her ass. It should be a black woman doing all this motherfucking talking that made some fucking sense other than these motherfuckers. You talking about the AOC and the team. Because when we look at the team, they all jackasses, really. Let's just be honest. I don't trust near one of them motherfuckers. Neither should you. You know what I'm saying? But pointed her finger at fellow New Yorker House lawmaker ahead of expected vote to elect Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio as Speaker, asking whether the House Republicans from her state will actually vote to install a man who voted to overturn the United States. Get the fuck out of here! Overturn the United States election. AOC Ocasio-Cortez, jackass Cortez, your fucking group is the one that did that. You motherfucking idiot, jackass, motherfucker. Fuck out of here with that dumb shit. Don't listen to this bitch no more. Y'all need to get off of get away from that crazy bitch. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? We see Israelite forces kill Abu or Aki or whatever without justification. UN inquirer says. Oh, they're gonna murder a whole bunch of people right about now because, like I said, these motherfuckers lie and deal in debt and steal the lives and the blood of people in the name of their Lord. So we know they're not worshiping what they say they're worshiping. They're just using that as a front. It's the same thing if I show you a picture of, let's say, Jesus. Now, when you see the picture, what do you see? You see a white boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever the hell they want to say he has. And he has all types of symbols and the apostolic succession of Satan with his two fingers like this. When you see Baphomet, you see the same thing, the apostolic succession of the two fingers like this. So we know full well that something is not right in the understanding of what we're looking at. And we also know by reading the scriptural book that they choose to read, that they say is their Bible or whatever they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really, you know, follow it. To me, you should pack them all up and go throw them in the garbage, really. You know what I'm saying? But when you read that book, you see pedophilia, you see criminal act, you see God killed more people than the devil. You see all type of shit going on in there, talking about miracles and all type of Luciferian witchcraft stuff. And even pedophilia at its highest level, saying that they could sleep with a 6-year-old girl, and and all types of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we don't follow none of this, and we need to get rid of it. You need to pack it all up, tie all the Bibles together, and throw them in the garbage until they give you an original one by the true Africans who, put that into place in the first place. You know what I'm saying? We see the U.S. Department of Defense issues a ready to deploy orders over weekend in response to Israel and Hamas that you caused in the first fucking place. Because I'm tell you why. America is guilty of supporting that Israel stealing name group. They put them in there. America helped to put them in that region. That's why they were able to fight off three nations at one time. And they say they won. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Iraq, Iran, and the Egypt. That's what got Anwar Sadat killed. You know what I'm saying? They hanged him. I think it was during the time of this conflict. You see what I'm saying? Of them trying to drive them out, and America supported and probably even sent soldiers and weapons and all types of shit over there. And they were creating guerrillas and all kinds of weapons over there to fight over and take over the land. So they invaded it and they occupied the fucking land. That is Egypt, and they don't belong there because ain't no white boy that was in Africa like that at all, unless he came in to invade and destroy. They never truly always came with any kind of goodness into Africa. Every single from the Arab boy to the Caucasian to any other race that's outside of blackness never brought anything good into Africa. And you know what I'm saying, even the great Dr. Ben, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Ben said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But I heard him say that because I had never caught up on all his speeches or even caught up on him. I saw him, I even think I saw that man in the Virgin Islands. Be honest with you, when I was younger, I think I saw him in the Virgin Islands. And what made me recognize Mr. Ben in the Virgin Islands, and I was staring at him, was the fact of his eyes, the way his eyes were sleepy eyes and low down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think I had recognized him, but I had, as a child, you see someone and you move on. Same thing with many of them others. You know what I'm saying? In movies that one, we have seen this before. You know what I'm saying? We see Palestine killed in Coram motor vehicle crash. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. We see historians expose chilling message behind Trump's unhinged fundraising email. Yeah. What chilling exposed did you expose? That y'all is on the man dick, you cocksucker son of a bitch. But you want to read that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? We see Supreme Court vacates federal court order against Joe Biden ghost gun rules. Yeah. We see House GOP threatens to subpoena, como rumoras. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the DOJ appeal sentence of Proud Boys. You know what I'm saying? Members, imagine that. I wonder way. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where the slick ass como rumoras is now being threatened under subpoena. You know what I'm saying? He should have expected that anyway. Please, cookie. You know what I'm saying? Now he's looking to be subpoenaed in all ways. You know what I mean? But we see where we got here this jam. You know what I'm saying? Jam. What the fuck going on with this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? How the fuck you gonna pull my shit, man? You know what I'm saying? But we see here where House GOP threatens to subpoena the former New York governor, Crooked A's. Come on. House Speaker Republicans are, saying, intensifying the effort to investigate the deaths of the nursing home patients during the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic. And guess what? It needs to be. It needs to be investigated. It's sorry to say it, but it needs to be investigated by all means. There is no way that should slide. Sorry, Komarumora, crooked ass. But we've got to investigate that, and we need autopsies to prove that these people that died in a nursing home died from COVID or whatever the fuck lying shit that y'all are talking about. And if you cannot prove that, you know what I'm saying, then we know it was murder at its highest degree running through the whole medical facilities in New York. And all the workers that did the work and was involved in no more than murderous, blood sucking bitches we are working in the hospitals and in the medical field, that we are beginning to notice this pattern, that you have been doing the work of Satan in the hospitals all along for these demons. Oh, yes. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. We see this coming in by Tracy. We see the GOP House led panel. We see the GOP House led panel. Oh, yes. You know what I'm saying? It's more ways than one. We see the GOP House led panel in itself, panel, is now threatening to subpoena, you know what I'm saying, Komoromo, lying crooked Asia in more ways than one, which needs to be done in order to acquire material relating to the to his administration COVID policy, including the controversial directive that required nursing homes to admit COVID positive patients from hospitals. No, they probably was vaccinated in the hospital and died, and then they transport them over to the nursing home so they could get out of the hospital environment after putting some garbage within them and so forth. And then nobody in the hospital would be able to this, or was it so, and they were involved, and we got some crooked shit going on in these hospitals for real. Right now. Okay, but we need a full investigation no matter how we twist and turn it. You know what I'm saying? Now that all the matters have been done, and we need a full investigation of Antifa Fauci, not that shit we saw in Congress where you questioning him and he walks away clean. You know what I'm saying? No, 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 no. We want a deeper investigation over many years, going all the way back to when Nixon appointed him in the first place and what he was doing in the Nave laboratory even back then, because his hands is blood running and dripping all over this man from sea to shining sea. You know what I'm saying? What we see here in this matter with the GOP panel, you know what I'm saying, in itself,